Alright, CTNO no double upload de Shingeki no Kyojin. Don't know, episode 16, the final episode for this part of the final season of Attack on Titan. And of course, honestly, I'm just hoping going into this, or at least coming out of it, we'll get an announcement that, you know, the next part of the season is coming sooner than later, because it's, as I keep saying in any Attack on Titan, you know, content I've done in the recent week or two, that you people aren't, anime onlys aren't ready for the madness that's to come once the anime decides to adapt the remainder of the manga. But yo, where are my manners? Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Sanjay Uchiha here, your host, your friendly neighborhood Uchiha. Hope you guys are having an awesome Sunday. Of course, if you don't know, I got into Attack on Titan a little over a month ago, and I'm up to date with the manga as well, so you can't spoil me. unless the spoilers come out early for chapter 139. But it is what it is. I'm looking forward to seeing, even though I have a pretty good idea where they're gonna end this episode, so it is what it is, but I'm looking forward to seeing it all the same. So strap yourselves in, we're about to take in Shingeki no Kyojin episode, this should be what, 75 in the whole thing, or episode 16, yeah. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, let's get into it. Zeke, chill out, grown. I like this, is kind of like they pull it straight from the manga panel, literally. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's right. The Yeagers are in action, don't know. Well, he could, but yeah, he just destroyed the city. Yo, it's just still funny whole. Yeah, like the table talk was still surprising to me when I read it first time in the manga. Yeah, might be some meaning. No spoilers though. This episode actually looks... well, I mean, the season's been looking pretty good, but this episode looks even better than normal. I don't know, something about it. Oh, what? Yo, when I do Sasha like that by you, Jado. No, Jano. Stop the foolishness, brother. See, this is what I kind of like, because if you're an anime only and you're watching this, it's like I seen like this shows that things aren't as black and white as like Yelling and those, and like the Yeager is just wanting to take over Paradis. Granted, I mean that's pretty obvious already, but I mean this is just like emphasis if you ask me. So yeah, it's just Attack on Titan greatness as per usual. Yo, Eren just look fresh still, no dog. Depends on who's asking, pick. Yeah, Eren is just like they're like dogs. But really at this. It's like that's the thing too with the warrior candidates. It's like Marley kind of has their family hostage in a sense, so it's kind of like goes back to why even though It's kind of like, even though like back to even when Reiner and Bertholtz like they figured out, they knew that yo, these persons aren't evil. It's like yo, I still have to go through this anyway. It's more than just the factor of their family being, you know, killed if they betray Marley, but you know that's a big part of it as well. So again, things aren't as black and white. Yeah, this just still shows that Gabby's kind of thinking, is still kind of naive in terms of this whole situation. You know, thinking about it, it's like the one thing about this whole plan is that, you know, they say as long as the founding titan and, you know, the royal bloodline is preserved, you know, passing on the founding titan is one thing, but if they enact this plan now, they wouldn't be able to. Well, again, that's assuming the child would actually live until an old age, like say, I don't know, 60, 70 years, and they just have to pass on the founding titan. But it's kind of, I wouldn't say sketchy, but anything can still happen to throw the plan off. So it's like, is it a surefire thing to save, you know, Eldians, really? I mean, it could fail at any point. I mean, for all you know, the kid could run to the forest and a bear or so, something attacks it. So I don't know. Yo, Yelena really worships the Yeager brothers in the honestly. Immortalized forever, man. Eren Yeager. Armin, come on, dog. Yeah, Eren just have that poker face like, dog. I tell them people you're not though. Yeah. Ah, God, it's just so refreshing to see how far Eren's come. Yo, ready? Alright, music ramping up. Yo, let's go. Yo, looking clean. Alright, so that was the final episode of this part of the final season of Attack on Titan Shingeki no Kyojin. And yo, honestly, if I was an anime only, I would be just like losing my mind, like yo, I have to wait at least a few months before the, you know, the final part of the final season. God, only yo, that'd be nerve-wracking, honestly, especially like with the music ramping up in the end there, and yo, and I don't think that was a CG. I don't think that was CG, right? That was fully drawn on thing in terms of Eren's Titan. So yo, not that I had a problem with the whole CGI during this season so far, but it is what it is. But just the music ramping up and hype and just yo, yo. But honestly, I am looking forward to the remainder of the manga being adapted. Hopefully, I've been kind of hearing that or at least prior to this recording, that the final part of the season will be coming out winter 2022, which should be the December 2021 to probably like March 2022 more than likely. So I've been seeing some thumbnails and stuff on YouTube, so I still have to confirm that for myself. But if that's the case, I think that's a good enough amount of time for Mappa to actually finalize things for the remainder of the season. I would imagine that it's going to be an additional 16 episodes at least, more than likely, or at least 14. I wouldn't go less than that because it's about 23 chapters they still have to adapt after this. So yeah, but this episode in itself, similar to, I don't know, most of Attack on Titan, did an excellent job of doing what it set out to do. Of course, in terms of the characters, everybody involved, it shows that the conflict isn't as black and white as you'd expect. And just, I think even in terms of the characterization, especially with Eren in this episode, it just shows how far Eren has come from being an angry teen, well, still teen, he's 19 now, from being just an angry teenager, I'm gonna kill all Titans and all that jazz and blues, to he's crafty, he's patient, he's because obviously even in the conversation between Eren and Peak, is like, of course, some of the stuff Peak is asking, Eren definitely knows about. We know that as an audience, and he just has his poker face on, biding his time, handling the situation, not trusting Peak and all that. So as a main character, I think Eren has really, you can see the progression of his character from season 1 till now, and I think that's on show for this episode. That aside, apart from this episode being the last episode for now, I think this episode, at least with the Zeke stuff, I imagine anime owners are asking what's gonna happen with that. Who was that little girl that they had a flash of? Why does this Titan stuff Zeke in his gut? Where is Levi? Yes, me. So I imagine anime owners are freaking out. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. I think in terms of the mystery aspect, there's enough suspense and mystery there for fans to wait it out and draw them back in to finalize and see what's happening with the rest of this series going forward. I'm not lying, Gabby has also had a very, should I say, interesting arc from the start of season 4 till now. I think this episode still shows that she hasn't made that full transition in her head with the whole naive nature that she's had in terms of how Eldians will be liberated. Even though Peak did pretend to betray Marley, Pete did have a point, and I think Gabby is also probably internalizing what Peak said in this episode as well. So even though persons, I still imagine, hate Gabby, at this point I think persons are full on empathizing with her and what she's going through, because she's like, everything she's been taught is just breaking down before her, and I think it's come to the point where she has to be relearning or seeing the world for what it really is, and tearing down some of the lies, I would say, that Marley has I guess indoctrinated her with. So that's the thing. I think it's interesting with any set of characters in this. Now, in terms of Zeke's euthanization plan itself, is the next big thing. Of course, what I did like is that at the end of the day, the terms and everything that Zeke laid out to Paradis before, this episode shows that he wasn't lying about that, but the euthanization plan is just an additional thing on top of that. So, of course, the founding Titan and the Titan of royal blood will still have to be, something that they pass on to keep the plan going, have the rumbling act as a deterrent, while the rest of, all Eldians eventually die off and stop the cycle of hatred. So as I said, or as Armin sympathized with with the plan, it really touched his heart of hearts. You see what I mean? So it is a noble plan for the most part, but honestly, Will Eren go along? Is this really Eren's plan as well? No spoilers, no spoilers. Yo, Jano. But of course we have the warrior units. They're here to actually, try to finalize this conflict. So it's going to be epic in terms of when the next part of the season drops. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode, but hell, I just can't wait. Honestly, I am honestly. I said this in the beginning, but anime onlys, you're not ready for the madness that's to come. Persons who have read chapter 121, 122, yo, I can't wait to see anime only's reactions to, to that. But yo, I'm telling you, it's going to be a one wild ride. But anyway, the final chapter of Attack on Titan drops in about a week, give or take. I'm looking forward to the manga readers that are watching this. I'll more likely be live streaming my reaction to the chapter. Yeah, more than likely. So I guess I'll see you there. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. If you made it this far, I hope you guys are having an awesome Sunday night when this goes up. And I'll see you in the next Attack on Titan video.